Welcome to Commander Quickies, the series where we take a specific aspect of Commander and crunch it into a 5-minute, easy-to-watch video. I'm BZ of the Nitpicking Nerds, and today I'll be showing you how to power up your decks by spending your mana more efficiently. Spending mana efficiently can be broken down into 3 categories: mana sinks, X spells, and what we call fill the gap cards. We define mana sinks as a spell or permanent that can be used repeatedly as a source for your extra mana. It will tend to have activated abilities with a colon and no tap symbol. There are good mana sinks, and there are bad mana sinks. Commanders with built-in mana sinks have a unique advantage over other commanders, not only because they offer payoffs for infinite mana engines, but because they let you hold up instants, gain advantage without spending cards in your hand, and use your mana efficiently every turn. Here's a short list of commanders that function as mana sinks. Thrasios Triton Hero, a powerful way to draw cards and ramp at the same time. Tasigur the Golden Fang has a pseudo-draw ability that can also be political at times. Erebos, God of the Dead, each 2 mana and 2 life becomes a fresh card in your hand. Grenzo Dungeon Warden lets you check the bottom of your library for creature cards. Una, Queen of the Fae, lets you mill players and make fairies out of their sadness. Now here's a short list of regular mana sinks that you can play in the 99. Walking Ballista, it gains counters and lets you pick off small creatures. Eldrazi Displacer lets you gain extra enter the battlefield abilities or tap down other players' teams. Sensei's Divining Top rearranges the top 3 cards of your deck and has the added bonus of annoying everyone else at the table. Sacred Mesa gives you the ability to make an army of Pegasuses. Peggy? Capsize. Do you have infinite mana and hate your opponents? Try balancing all their permanents. The next category we have is X spells, which lets you use all of your mana, but only on a given turn. Regular X spells that can go into the 99. We have Blue Sun Zenith, Stroke of Genius, and Sphinx's Revelation, which are good instant speed ways to draw cards, each with different advantages. Court of Calling and Green Sun Zenith help you find creatures you need at any given point on the curve. Walking Ballista is back again because it functions as an X spell and as a mana sink. It holds counters for killing creatures or even players and can easily grow beyond what you pay for it. Hangerback Walker is kinda clunky but can produce a lot of tokens when it dies. Secure the Waste, speaking of tokens, makes as many warrior tokens as you have mana at instant speed. Genesis Wave turns your mana into permanents off the top of your deck, good for assembling combos. Torment of Hailfire turns lots of mana into lots of trouble for your opponents. Everflowing Chalice is not technically an X spell, but it basically costs XX. It's a versatile rock that turns 2 mana of any one color into 1 colorless mana, and gives you a huge surge of mana for the next turn. There's actually a couple of commanders that have X in their mana cost, and they are Gyrus, Waker of Corpses, Mikaeus the Lunarch, and Grenzo. All scale in power the more mana you spend on them, and Gyrus works well with commander attacks, and Grenzo doubles as a mana sink. Mikaeus is okay. When it comes to using mana with X spells, instant speed spells let you hold up counters or removal and give you an alternative if you don't use them. Even if you only have an instant speed draw spell, leaving up mana can scare players into holding back their strongest plays. And the third way to spend mana is the fill the gap cards we were talking about. Spells and abilities that allow you to spend mana that would otherwise go to waste on your turn. They can be once per turn abilities, spells you can cast multiple times for cheap, or even mana sinks that you would never typically use more than once or twice in a turn. There's Blind Obedience, which provides a powerful stacks effect to stifle your opponents and turns 1 mana into an extort trigger. Azcanta the Sunken Ruin is an amazing land that turns 4 mana into a spell in your hand. Mentor of the Meek and Lifecrafter's Bestiary allow you to turn 1 mana into an extra card whenever you cast a creature spell. Sunforger is a powerful and disruptive engine that tutors spells right out of your deck. Chemister's Insight, Deep Analysis, and Faithless Looting are strong card draw spells that all have flashback, in a way, and are cheap to cast on the front side and the back side. Deathrite Shaman can ramp you or function as Grave Hate, and it turns 1 extra mana at the end of turn into life gain or life loss for your opponents. Tireless Tracker will turn all of your land drops into clues, which you can then crack for cards at the end of turns. Here are some of our favorite commanders that will help fill the gaps each turn. Tawnos, Urza's Apprentice, Marath, Will of the Wild, Min the Pain Artist, Tristani's Celestia Voice, and Felden of the Third Path. These cards are a good failsafe if you don't end up firing off an instant at the end of a turn. Without these in your deck, you'll find yourself not using all your mana every turn and will be missing out on small advantages. Mana is not a resource you can carry over multiple turns. Any mana you don't use is gone forever. The best part is, fill the gap cards will still be in your graveyard or on the battlefield if you don't decide to use them for a turn. Those are our thoughts on mana efficiency and how you can utilize these cards and concepts to avoid wasting your mana in future games. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Special shoutouts to our patrons, Joseph Van B2, Tyler Bunn, and Dustin St. Wright. And if you would like to be a patron, you can check out the link in the description. Peace out, Tribe Scouts.